Hey, what's up everybody? Tim here from Everyday Tactical Vids, and one of the items we're going to be looking at today is this right here. This is a big chopper from Ontario Knife Company. This is the SP53, and that's what it looks like. So we're going to be using this for, you know, most of our heavier chopping today. There's no axes or tomahawks out here. Nice big belly on that, you can see, obviously. Does come with a lanyard, which I like a lot. As soon as I picked it up, I thought this thing's gonna need a lanyard, and it has one already. Here's your sheath. So ballistic nylon. You got a little pouch here in the front if you want to put a sharpener or something like that. It does have those two snaps right there, so that's what's gonna keep it in place. Has the liner, so when you put the 53 in here, it's not gonna cut the sheath up. Log you have is probably 4 feet tall and probably what, 3 inches across? Yeah. 2.5, 3 inches across. All right, so big hefty one. See the SP53 works. Yep, definitely breaking it up. And obviously this is absolutely overkill for a baton and the size of wood, but we just want to beat the heck out of it to see how the 53 holds up. There's that. Keep your balance up here. There's a knot right at the beginning. Yeah. What? Before I get off that. That one seems to be splitting better than the other one even.
Hold that.
Yeah.
Spin it a little bit.
Look at that. SP53 doing work. Let's give you some specs here on the SP53 Gen 2. Obviously it's black. The grind is a saber grind. Your thickness is 0.26 inches, which is 0.7 centimeters. Your blade length is 10 inches, that's 25 centimeters. Your overall length, 15 inches, which is 38 centimeters, meaning obviously your handle is 5 inches long. Your Rockwell hardness rating is 53 to 55. It is made of 5160 steel, and you can see it does have that black moly compatible sheath. Now, as is true for a lot, if not most, of the Ontario Knife Company sheaths for their fixed blades, you do have a snap or multiple snaps. You can see one up top there, and there's one underneath the blade. You got to snap those because there's no retention actually inside the sheath where the blade's going to be. So make sure you do that so you don't drop your knife. There's also that little pocket on the front so you can put some survival gear in there, emergency gear, you know, a whistle, fire steel, maybe a small emergency like astronaut blanket, something like that. The other thing is that on the back of the sheath, which I'll show you in 1 second, we do have that long molly strap so you can attach it to a pack or to other gear. Here's the back of it with that nice long strap so you can attach it to, you know, a backpack, other gear, a bug out bag, emergency bag, whatever it is. A nice way to secure it to another piece of your kit. Here's what it looks like in the sheath on my hip, and you know, unsnap these two snaps. Easy to take it out. As you can see, it is going to ride up a little bit, but no real problem there. And then drop it back in the sheath and snap your two snaps and you're good to go. 1, 2. All right, we're gonna do some chopping here, and I will tell you that I always rock the lanyard for this thing. I just find it gives me much more control. This is a little looser than I want it, so I'm gonna tighten it up a bit, and then we'll get rocking. After some very heavy use for the SP53, we're going to actually see if we can get a little feather stick going out of this piece of wood. This is some pine. It's got a really nice smell to it. There's definitely some fat wood up on this upper end here. But anyhow, I'm just going to lock this in kind of against my chest and then work on getting a feather stick out of this. And I will tell you, I've been doing a lot of the chopping with the belly here, so my guess is this is going to be a bit more dull as opposed to this down here. We'll see what we can do. So we're getting some pretty decent feathers down using this lower portion. Let's try this other side and really try the belly, see what condition it's in. Not terrible. I'm actually impressed with how sharp it is after so much use, both what you've seen on video and other things that have happened off camera. Let's work a little bit higher here, see if you can see that on the camera. No, it's a little too high. I'll lock it in down here. Anyhow, if you're going to make a feather stick using this big hefty blade, you're probably going to use this portion anyhow. So here's a look at that up close, and you can see those are definitely pretty decent for such a large, hefty chopper. I want to offer a few thoughts here on the SP53 as we continue to kind of put these video clips together from a couple different outings using this knife. Is this a one-tool option? Like, is this the one knife you want to have for a survival situation? It could be. For me, this is not the right size for something like this. I would like something a little bit maybe smaller if I had a one-tool option, but it's not. I don't think it's really built for that. I think this is built to be, a big hefty chopper in addition to another knife. So if you had this and then you had like the Blackbird SK5 or a Rat 3 or Rat 5 from Ontario Knife Company, I think you have a really nice combination between the work this thing can do and then some of that smaller work that one of those other knives can do. Just a couple thoughts real quick because I've been using it. This texture on the handle, let me just bring it up there. And it's weird because it's not like it's really dimpled in a million places, so it's like scratching up your hand. But I found that just the depth of these grooves, it does dig into your hand. So with gloves, I found this notably more comfortable than without gloves. It's not that I can't use it without gloves, but I like that actually because it really gives you that solid grip. You don't feel like this thing's gonna come flying out of your hand. Definitely like the lanyard when I'm using it. And the other thing is that my buddy Blaze said that little hook there on the end, let me get a good shot of it for you. That little hook on the end, he didn't like, but I actually like it. It didn't cause me any problems, and I feel like I have better control of the knife. Now, he's got extra large hands, so I would say if you have extra large hands, something you might want to be aware of. But for me, I found even with large, kind of leaning toward extra large hands, that thing is just fine. So there you go, SP53. So we've been using the SP53 a lot today, a lot of batoning, a lot of aggressive use. It's held up great. Definitely that big belly I find quite effective for getting through that wood, especially when you're batoning. And for the size of it, it's not super, it's not huge. It's quite an effective chopper. It's got some good weight to it. So if you're looking for, maybe you got an SK5 and you want to run this as a companion to it, as the, heavy chopper in your rig setup, this could be a good option for you. So check it out, Ontario Knife Company Gen 2 SP53. Thanks as always for checking out the videos here on YouTube. Please subscribe to Everyday Tactical Vids on YouTube if you haven't done so already. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, check us out on Instagram and Tumblr as well. Goodbye.